So you want to shoot down here in the corner, click on the start icon. In the search in the upper right, you're going to type add or remove programs. That's what we want. Click on that. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. You're going to click on Unify, Ubiquity Unify, remove only. I'm going to hit uninstall or change up here at the top. Uninstall. I'm going to wait for this to load. It's going to ask you if you want to keep the settings, and you're going to want to click no. Remember to click no. It's very important. Hit close. Okay, now I can get rid of this. So by doing that, you've removed the previous Unify controller from this laptop. Every time you do a new setup, you need to remove the previous controller before you install the new software. Otherwise, you're trying to continuously log into the last system on the new IP address. That is a no-no. So you can open up Google or Internet Explorer, and you want to type in Unify Controller, or Unify Controller Software, or Unify Controller Download. So it'll take you to Downloads at Ubiquity. You want to make sure up here in the left corner you have Unify highlighted. Okay, then we're going to go down here to Unify APACLR. Okay, make sure you got the latest version of the software. So, November 2019. Click on that. Download. Accept it. Download file. And it'll start downloading down here in the bottom left. I can minimize this. Okay. It'll take a little while to load. So, once that finishes, I'm going to click on Unify Installer down in the bottom left. Yes, we're going to allow the changes. Install. It's going to extract all this stuff. Once that's done, you can leave this checked. It'll open the controller after installation. Hit finish. It's great. Now we can minimize those windows. And you're going to want to see a controller pop up. There you go. So this will initialize for a minute or two, then it will open. Then we'll go on from there. This also will show you why it's very important to have backups of your controller software. So for instance, since I'm doing this at my house on my computer, I'm going to go to my downloads, make sure I have a backup saved, because otherwise I am not getting into my system. And it will prompt you to start from scratch, which you do not want to do. That's going to be a big pain in the ass. So here we go. I have a backup from January 31st. Perfect. Okay. Let's wait for this to load. Oh, good. Here we go. So, it's going to tell you your connection is not private. Don't worry about that. Go down here to advanced. It tells you that because we're going through a firewall. Proceed to local host. That's what you want to click on. So, this is going to start out as if you're opening an entirely new system here. Like you're starting with a new controller, new Wi-Fi. You do not want to do that. Click down here, restore setup from backup. Okay, up at the top it says upload a backup file. Click that. Now we're going to search again for our backup file, which I know is named Pollock 131. I'm going to open that. It's going to restore from backup. Hit confirm. Okay. Now we're going to wait. Okay, now that that's ready to go, we're going to open it again. And excellent. So this is where you would now enter your username and password that you hopefully remember. And we're going to sign in. Wonderful. Okay, now, if this were a new system, we would have gone through all the steps. We would have named the Wi-Fi the proper name. We would have assigned the password that we wanted. We would have done all that stuff. We would have found our access points. We would have added them in. They would have all come in into a screen like this, and they would have said not assigned or assigned needing upgrades. So what you do is you click on them one by one and upgrade, and you have to be patient. It takes a long time. You'd upgrade all of them. They would all get upgraded, provisioned. Then you'd go into each one. We'll start with the garage. You would click on it. It'll pull up this menu. You're going to go over to this gear wheel up here on the top in the middle, which says config on it, which is configuration. Then you're going to scroll down to where it says radios. Again, this is just if we were doing a brand new system. So then you'd want to separate the Wi-Fi channels, and you'd want to start with the first one, and you want to use only 1 or 6 or 11. You can have access points on the same channel, but just try if you have 3 or more to separate them out. Also, the transmit power wants to be on high. Then you would click on Queue Changes, and down at the bottom you would hit Apply Changes. And it'll tell you all pending changes were saved and applied successfully to the garage. Okay. Then once you do all that, I'm going to go down here on the bottom to Settings. And I'm going to switch to Classic mode because I can never find it in the new mode. You want to go down to Backup. Backup and Restore. Okay. So enable auto backup. That's cool. What we want to do is download backup. So we're going to download the file for the last 7 days. Click on that. So it's going to say 51235 is what it's saving as. So now what I need to do is go to my downloads in the computer. There it is, 51235 at 1102. Correct. Now I'm going to rename this Pollock Unify Backup 3-24-2020. And I recommend you do that every time you make any changes to the system. The other thing is in maintenance. Is it maintenance? One thing you want to do is you want to set so that this can automatically update on its own. And I forget where I found that, but it is in here. That's one thing you want to look for. So save it back up every time you're in here. Also, make sure that it's set to automatically update. Otherwise, you're going to have to keep coming back, and you're going to have to keep updating every single time you work on a system. All right, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, I will find it. I know it's in here somewhere. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, enable auto backup. That's good. I want auto update. I think that might be in the new software. That might be where it is. Hold on. So I'm going to go over here. We're going to try new settings, top left. So this is the new settings. Let's see. Updates. Firmware. There we go. Okay, so when you're not in the classic mode, when you're in the beta settings mode, which this is the firmware settings, you can go to auto upgrade, which is down under updates and firmware, and you can enable firmware upgrades. So what that does is it automatically upgrades all your devices and your firmware, which is wonderful. Here we go. Last time I checked for updates was at March 24th, 2020, 11:03. Awesome. That's it.